Good evening, everybody. Live from Fonzie's Man Cave. Once again, I want to thank you for allowing me to come into your living room and on Facebook. Well, it's the night before the election. It's the big day. It's a day that we've all been looking forward to for quite some time. It's a day that has been marked by deceit, deception, and all kinds of trickery coming from the Republican campaign and Mr. Harry Lewis, since he's the face of that Republican Party. Ladies and gentlemen, we have fought against the big money boys. They have poured all kinds of money into our neighborhood to try and have authority over us, to give us Republican rule. But you know what? Along the way, they met some resistance, and the resistance is the blue team. The resistance is a community that will not go quietly into the night and be deceived by deceptive signs, by deceptive ballots, by all kinds of trickery. The latest trickery is you can vote straight Democrat, you can vote straight Republican, as long as you pencil in Mr. Lewis's oval. Well, we know that's true because once you do that, the Democratic nominee that you voted for will be null and void. Why in the name of heaven would somebody who claims to love Coatesville the way that they do resort to this type of trickery to gain office? If you do this kind of shady dealings before you get in, what kind of shady dealings would you do once you got there? See, and that takes me back to the point. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. We've asked the tough questions and gotten no answers. We asked for you to come to our community, and you have been absent. You have refused to engage us, to give us the respect and courtesy that we deserve as voters. Yes, we have been let down and are disappointed. I'm disappointed behind the way you campaigned and ran your race. The stealing of signs, trying to undermine those who you claim to love. To me, somewhere along the line, you felt as though we were stupid, that we were asleep at the switch, that we had no common sense, that we didn't have enough in here to ask any questions, and that we just, through blind faith, pull a lever. No, that's not enough for us. You got us all wrong. We actually want to know what can you and will you do for us right here in Coatesville. We need answers to the kitchen table issues that affect our lives. You know what they are. We've said it over and over and over again. And all we've got is blank platitudes. Yes, I'm disappointed. I'm not discouraged. Steal signs. Phony ballots. Now we're at the point where you don't care whether we vote straight Democratic or vote straight Republican, as long as we vote for you. If you don't have loyalty to the Republican Party that financed your campaign, how can we believe you're going to have loyalty towards us and we haven't given you a dime? No, there's something rotten in Denmark, and something's real. Something doesn't pass the smell test. Mr. Lewis, I believe the Republicans have put your legacy on the line, and I think they care very little for you. And I don't know how this happened, or how you coincided, or how you did this, but you made the wrong decision. The day you decided to turn against your community, not so much because you're a Republican, but because you chose to deceive, that's when you turned against your community. There's an old saying, oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive. And that's the problem. I've often heard that it's not the crime, but it's the cover-up. There has been a cover-up for a lack of stances, a cover-up for the lack of what party you're affiliated with. Even on this last sample ballot that you sent out, stating you can vote straight this, vote straight that, you still don't have Republican under your name. And you know good and well on the ballot, Republican is under Harry Lewis. But you're still playing mind games. That's that Republican way of thinking, and I'm sorry that you brought into it, because we're not buying it. They spent over $400,000 on your campaign. No Republican Party invests that much money into a candidate to have that candidate vote like he's a Democrat. If any of y'all out there believe that, then you go to bed with your boots on. Come on. We're not to be fooled. We're not to be used. There's a saying, you can fool some of the people all the time. You can fool all of the people some of the time. But you can't fool all of the people all of the time. And we're here to let you know we're not going to be fooled. Tomorrow we have a choice of candidates. Both of them sure are flawed because both of them are human. But one thing I can say about the one candidate, he hasn't tried to say Republicans for Josh Maxwell. He hasn't tried to alter any of the ballots. He's coming the way he is and his humanness. But the people, or the one that's supposed to love us, is coming with all kinds of trickery. We even talked to an older lady just today, and she said there's 2 Democrats running for the same office. That means somebody in your campaign has put that in that older woman's head that you're a Democrat. Man, is that how you want to win? I don't think God's going to honor that. Now, where was I coming? I was getting ready to say something else. I do know this, that tomorrow is a day that we will show the big boys and everybody who has the power. They thought they could buy us, but we're not for sale. Some thought we were stupid, but we got more sense than you give us credit for. Tomorrow we're going to rise up with a voice and with a vengeance. And I want to tell all you voters out there, tomorrow when you go to the polls, you will be met with all kinds of resistance. You will be told you can do all these different kind of tricks and still vote Democrat, but still vote for Harry Lewis. Don't buy into it. You vote straight Democrat, pull that, you punch color in that one oval, and you come on out the booth. I don't care what they say on the way in. They'll probably hand you all kinds of tickets, all kinds of tricky ways that you can get it in. We ain't doing no tricks tomorrow. Oval, straight Democrat, and nobody needs to know. But you can walk out proudly knowing you chose the person that will do the most good for you and your family. Because we see who's not on your team. You can tell he's not on your team by the party he chose to represent. And if you think I'm kidding, look at the history of the Republican Party in regards to the social issues that affect African American community, Latino community, the gays, minorities, period. You know, before Mr. Lewis decided to run as a candidate, you would never vote for a Republican for those very reasons. Now, because he's running, you will change that and give up your rights. Let me tell you something. I keep hearing Mr. Lewis has served the community for 40 years. Well, let me tell you, it's like this. Mr. Lewis worked for the school district for 40 years and got paid well out of our tax money. That is reward enough. You don't get no extra nothing because you did your job. I'm sorry, if that's the case, everybody ought to be running for office. Nah, nope. He did his job. And if he did it well, that's a good thing because God calls us to do work well when we work for anybody. Everybody acts like that's something different. Bus drivers that work for Kraft for 20 years, they work it well. Everybody. So no, don't believe the hype. You know, our loyalties have been pulled. We have been used. Tricks of the signs, tricks of the mind, deceptive advertising, lies by omission, refusing to say he's a Republican all the way down to last night. He's not too proud of it. But if you're not proud of the party you represent, why are you representing that party? Why are you keeping it a secret? Because you know it's a detriment to the people you claim you love and want to serve. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. Just wake up. I mean, the proof is right there. Even his strictest and sincerest loyalists need to stop and look. You're not just voting for yourself, but you're voting for your kids, your grandkids, your mom that may be needing affordable health care. How about your children who one day may come on hard times and may need the SNAP program or food stamps? What about that? What about your grandson or the son who's working and slaving for an unlivable wage? Don't you want those wages raised? See, that's what I'm talking about. And because of your blind loyalty for a man, you're refusing to do what's best for your family. That's crazy. That's insane. He wouldn't do it for you because you already see he's manipulating the votes to try and sucker you in to vote for him. And where's the love in that? For you who really pick him, you're either well off, everybody in your family's well off, and you don't care, or basically you're a Republican. So it's not really Democrats for Harry Lewis. You're really Republicans for Harry Lewis. Hey, look, I don't have a whole lot more to say because I want to put this on the computer and send it out to my people. I want to first thank the Blue Team. And the Blue Team is everybody who has cared and shared our posts during this tumultuous time. I want to thank all because you're all the Blue Team. And we're going to keep Coatesville blue. And I want to say from my heart and my wife, Baby K's heart, we love you. We honor you. We're glad to have been a part of your lives during this election cycle. We will get out and vote 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to pray for our community, and we want you to pray as well. Look, if nobody's told you that they love you today, me and my baby case love you. Good night. Have a great night. Get up, show up, and vote. Vote. Keep Coatesville blue. Love you.